Hello and welcome to my allotment journey. My name is Sarah and I'm so pleased that you clicked on this link to have a little bit of nosy about what I get up to at the allotment. I've had my allotment for 2 years, but I never documented it apart from pictures. I took hundreds and hundreds of pictures, but I never videoed it. But I'm 2 years in now and I want to show you my allotment because I'm going to make some big changes and you are going to help me. You're going to advise me because I'm a novice at best, to be honest. But yes, please join me at the allotment. It's about 4:30 and the sun is still out. I can't believe it. I don't know what the date is, something like April the 8th, something like that. And the sun is still out at 4:30. It's absolutely brilliant. I don't think anyone is here. If there is anyone here, I can't hear them. I'm in my spot. I'm at my bench next to my arch, my pumpkin arch, with the view that I'm hoping is going to be filled with the flowers that we've planted. I'm pretty sure I will do this at some point as well. So that's something else, another job to look forward to. But yeah, look, this is only the next day. Last week's video, I filmed this the very next day. So I just wanted to show you that I do think some of the seeds are coming up. Seeds that aren't weeds. Definitely seeds that aren't weeds. So this is all very dry because it's been very sunny for the past few days, as you know, as I told you last week. So I'm going to water everything again. The strawberries, even a day later, they're just blooming. Same with the sweet peas. But I showed you all these last week, so you know, I'll just do it briefly because I can't believe them. They grow like, I don't know, about an inch a day. Right, I wanted to show you the bird. So when I watch this on my camera up there, okay, when I watch it on there, I just see the tiny little blue tits going in there. I haven't filled that for a long time, but it's still going down little by little because they're only tiny little birds. So this cage, I'm saying, really does work. I might top it up later. That might be one of my little jobs. I do have a job I don't want to do. I think you can guess what it is. It involves the truck, which is behind me somewhere on the path. It's getting the stones. I've got bags of stones. Thank you so much to the Ko-fi donations. That was Susan and Tracy M. Although it says Tracy M, I thought it was Linda M, but I might be mistaken. Tracy M and Susan, thank you for your donations because they've gone towards what I'm going to collect now, the stones. I'm only going to do a few trips because it's a killer. As you know, I keep saying about the hill. I don't think you can get a perspective of it. Honestly, I'm going to try and keep straight as much as I can. Horizon. It just tips so much, honestly. And I'm old. Don't forget I'm old. I can't keep doing this. Right, so thanks to you and your donations, I'm going to go and get some stones because I'm going to use them in between slabs, little paths maybe, you know, just here, there. It's just something that I would never have had the money to buy. I just don't have that sort of spare money. I really don't, so I appreciate it ever so much. Thank you. And my hips won't thank you, but I thank you. Right, let's get this down the hill, collect them stones. Oh God, right, this is heavy. This is where the slope starts. Oh my God. Oh, I think I should just bring one bag at a time actually. Oh, this is too much. This is too much. Oh. I've only brought 2 bags up. You'd think I'd just brought up enough to build an extension. Right, 2 bags, you know what? I might put it on the group. Anyone wants to bring up 8 bags, I'll give them a tenner. What do you think? I'm going to do it. Didn't enjoy that one a little bit. I'm going to put it on the allotment group. Anyone wants to bring those 8 bags up for me, I'll give them £10. So, you know, things you've got to do. Right, I'm not going to lie, I sent the text. I've sent the text. If anyone wants to bring 8 bags up, please feel free to do it, and I'll pay you £10. Thank you to my Kofi donations again for that. I don't know what to do without you at the minute. Right, okay, I need to water. Right, before I can plant the rest of my seeds, or the rest of my sweet corn seeds that I didn't finish off last time, I need to water everything because it's all totally bone dry. So come on, let's get that watering going. Right, before I start watering, just want to show you this, what I bought. We have one tap here on the corner of my plot, which, you know, is used for probably 5, I don't know, half a dozen plots, whatever. But I added a double tap to it because you can use one tap at a time, or you can use both. So say I was using a hose pipe and somebody just wanted to fill up a watering can, instead of them waiting for me to finish, you just switch it on and they could fill their watering can, and I could still use the hose, or you could just use 2 hoses, whatever. But I just thought, you know, because when it gets really, really hot and everyone's here, I just thought it'd be better if you've got 2. Okay, watering done. Just a quick water over the seeds that I've done and the strawberries, etc, etc, etc. One thing that I do when I start to water, I very rarely put my hose away, honestly, because I think I'm going to use it again tomorrow. I'm going to use it again the next day. So when I do a tidy up, I tidy it away. But generally, I leave it like that, ready to just plug in and go the next time. Just a bad habit I've got. Because I've got nothing planted in that bed for now, I'm going to leave it there. Right, okay, let's think. Oh, before I do the planting of the rest of those, which you don't need to see, by the way, I'll just do, but let's do the sign together. Do you remember? We made that sign, didn't we? Right, the sign is in here. Let's have a look. There we go. Oops, sorry. Sweet corn. I've got a stick of wood to... Oh, these screws big enough. No, I'll just get some bigger screws. I've got a stick of wood here, piece of wood, sorry, to have as the, let me just pop those very wrongly sized screws up here. One sec. Okay, don't need them, they're too small. I've got loads of screws. Get some of them. Right, and once I've screwed that to that, then we'll go and screw it outside, okay? Right, first of all, I'll put, should I do it on a piece, should I do it professionally? Should I put a piece of wood down so that I don't actually put holes in my top of my thingy. There we go. Right, I want to screw 2 holes in here. I can actually use those smaller screws for this to go on to the actual sign itself. Okay, 2 holes drilled in there. Let's get our sign. Should we figure out where halfway is on there? Let me get, get a bit of this, hang on. Let's get a bit of bunting, like you do, to measure from end to end. Then fold it up. That's a halfway point. I folded it in half. That's a halfway point. and that is where we want the middle of our stick. We want to make sure it's the right way around. Right, that's way. So that needs to go there because that is the middle. Okay, doesn't have to be accurate because, you know, it's not a place where you have to be absolutely accurate, is it? Right, so I'm going to screw those onto there with these screws. These screws are actually suitable for this. Oops, sorry. Okay. There you go, I feel like I've got a placard. I will paint that, but not now. I can do that when I do the rest of the beds. But there we go, sweet corn. Let's go and put the sweet corn on the sweet corn bed. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to guesstimate the centre. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to press it down a little bit, not important. Okay, right. Just want to know where to drill the holes. Stick the screws in. Oops. Nearly screwed my finger. There we go. Right. That's a little bit wonky. I need to sort that out. Just a tad. There we go. That's straight. That's a lot better. Yeah, always make sure you've got a good first aid kit at your allotment. I did nip the top of my finger a little bit with the drill. Never mind. Right, I'm stemming the flow of the blood with a tissue. You know, I'm a professional medic. I've got a plaster and I've got cleansing wipes. I've only got a couple of cleansing wipes left, so these are the things you need to really keep on top of. Okay, plasters I've got loads of, not used any, but the cleansing wipes, they're really important, especially when you're working at an allotment where it's really, really mucky and dirty. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure on my finger because the blood is flowing just a little bit. It's not sore, it's not hurting, but yeah, I'm going to clean it up and put this on and let that be a lesson to you. Don't put your finger behind the screw that's going in. I'm squinting because of the sun. Squinting, that's amazing. I love to say that. I'm squinting because of the sun. What a great sentence to say. Right, I'm just going to deal with my finger. Just as an extra note for first aid, I actually added a few other things. So I added a small box of tissues, paracetamol, ibuprofen, and some cream for bites. So yeah, always have a look what's in your in your first aid kit, and see if you can just improve on it just a little bit. You know, try and think of everything. This is quite a good one. I got it from Home Bargains. It wasn't any money, probably about a £5, but I think it's the first time I've used it properly. There you go. Thank God I had it in. First aid, important. Okay, that's a bed full now. There we go. Sweet corn done. It's not neat. It's not pretty, but hopefully they'll grow. Yeah, I should have spaced them out more evenly. But you know, they're in a zigzag type thing, more or less. You know what I mean? Row 3, row 4. So I think that's the sort of thing you do. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. Something will grow, I'm sure. But what I'm going to do is, with the seeds left over, I'm going to plant them in here. Just so, like I did with the sweet peas, just so that I've got a little backup for all the ones that don't grow, okay? So I am going to plant some in some little pots next to it. I'll just keep it next to it. And for all the ones that don't sprout up, hopefully I can add just a little one that is sprouting up. Talking of watering cans, let me show you this. Do you remember I couldn't find the rose for my watering can, so I got another watering can. But then in the shop I saw a rose for like £1.50, but it was too big to go on that watering can. But I had some silicone, so I put silicone all the way around on the inside, shoved it on, and then just put silicone all the way around on the outside. I don't know how long it'll last, but you know what, it's working now. So now I've got two. So what I generally do, I mean, it's all right using the hose pipe, but sometimes I just like the physical thing of using a watering can. I don't know what it is. Don't know, it just feels a little bit more special, doesn't it? But anyway, that's what I did. I just found another rose and attached it with silicone. Some silicone, not even glue, just a tube of silicone. There you go. Little tip for you. I've had a thought about all that wood that I've got, you know, that I've got lined up there that we carried up the hill. I was thinking, right, maybe I could make like a little bench. I was just thinking then, because I was on my knees potting those sweet corn. I could have done it inside the polytunnel, to be fair, in that little bit of workspace that I've allowed myself. But why don't I do it like an outside thin, you know, not too deep, but potting bench over there. So probably, I don't know, because that will actually serve two purposes, to be honest. It will serve a purpose of blocking off that drop there and, you know, creating a surface to work on outside. So yeah, you know, maybe 3 boards, only 3 boards wide. I think that'll be enough, don't you? 3 boards wide. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do with the wood there. I'll make a little bench, do it up to the tower thing. Every time I talk about these, I call them something different. I've called it an obelisk, a tower, a trellis. Honestly, I can't make my mind up what to call it. Anyway, so yeah, I think we'll do that. So yeah, so I better renew everything in my first aid kit. What do you think? If I'm going to be making a bench, I think I'm going to have to renew everything I've got in my first aid kit. I'll certainly make sure it's all topped up nicely. Right, okay, I think I'm going to call it a day now. There's people come to trim the grass, so it's getting a bit noisy. It's probably about 7 o'clock now, I'm not sure. The sun's going down. So I'm going to sit here, I'm going to make myself a drink, and I'm going to relax. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't pressed a like, please press a like. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's totally free, and I really appreciate every subscribe that you give me. And also, comments. I love the comments. You give me loads of hints and tips. The sweet corn's planted now, so any tips that you give me about where I went wrong there, I'll learn for next year. Okay. So yeah, that's it, and I shall see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you.